Don't stop the car. We're leaving him. He's on his own.
Whoa,
What the fuck is that?
Brian, you can't watch the movie while we're talking about it, all right? Doesn't work that way.
All right, here we go, guys. Ready? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Recording? All right. Welcome to episode FIVA of the Geek Savants. I am Dave DeWatch.
I am super ugly.
Grant Miller.
Ryan Roberts.
Ron Zorb.
And does anyone know that Brian is just going to sit here and drink and eat the entire time?
I was born an ugly baby.
I hate it when they come around.
We the bastard sons of flashing guns, some ass at a hunt for ducks on the second half of Mario 1. Are we not men? Sometimes we hardly got rent. Money something we taught to spend, it's hard to fend for ourselves, let alone pay our phone bills, get health benefits to lick on pneumonia.
So strange. We're not even a podcast anymore, right? You can't consider this a podcast. What is this?
We should probably go back to being a podcast. We'd get much more listeners, I believe. More viewers.
I don't know. I think you're selling your good looks a little short. Are you in a gym right now? What the fuck?
I'm on my factory floor here. I'm building some amazing shit back here in my factory.
All right. What made you decide to pick that background? That is a weird background.
I'm ready to open up. America's ready to open up. I'm ready to build my stuff in my factory. Right, Grant?
That's right.
I think
if Elon can do it, John can do it.
Are you moving to Texas?
I'm out though, guys. I'm fucking out because if I can't have Grant working with me at my factory on my floor while I cough in his face, then I'm out. I'm moving to another state.
So I think that the Geek Savants are single-handedly saving the aftermarket comic book business.
No, you are.
I don't know. You bought some books too, right? And Grant's bought
I bought one expensive book.
I bought one.
What was the book that you got there, Grant?
I got the Hulk 300, 9.6, I think.
That's pretty good. What
Give
about
me a little.
you?
That's a little for you, Grant, for that one.
And Brian, what was your book? I can't even remember.
Thor 377. Is that what it was?
The Beta Ray.
Yeah.
Nice. What condition was it?
9.2.
Whatever
that means.
I also spent money on a comic book.
What did you buy?
Prostitute, and then made her wear a comic book over her face while I went to town on her.
Oh boy.
That's fucking
factory living.
So strange and random. So I hope that people are liking and subscribing to the show. Like last week, we switched it up and we did 2 shorter episodes. We're going to do the same thing probably moving forward. This week, we're going to do a little catch up. We're going to pour ketchup all over John and lick him. And then we're going to get into the streaming wars, which we'll tease out a little bit in this episode. Anyway, what has everyone been up to? Tell me, Ron Zorb, what's been going on, man? Just the same old shit?
Let's see. What's going on in the house? I'm trying to think of what I've done. I started. I grew out the massive Fu Manchu right here.
Nice.
Girl, because I've been watching wrestling lately. So
have you current wrestling or old wrestling?
Old stuff. Okay.
Well,
do you remember the game WrestleFest?
No. I wanted to pretend, but no, I don't.
It was like you could play Hogan, Earthquake, Ultimate Warrior, and you could do either like Battle Royal mode, or you could do tag team. So my son and I have been playing it. So I should.
It's an arcade game, right?
Game, yeah.
Okay.
I think I remember that.
So I started showing him the old videos of.
Is this one of your dark web things, or is this on a system, Ron? What?
Oh yeah, I have the actual cabinet.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to hear. That's great. Yeah, you make your son put in quarters, and then at the end of his, and his 18th birthday, he's going to get all the quarters. All right,
that's his college fund.
Yeah.
Every time you play a game, son, you're closer to graduating college.
I like that we're twisting your evil ways into something that sounds so altruistic, but we know that it's not true at all, Ryan.
No.
What's been going on, Grant? What have you been up to? Heard little Muskie's been a little crazy lately.
Yeah, just working a lot, and just today they announced that the factory, Tesla factory, can't be open because even though the governor says it's okay, the county says it's not, and so my boss says he's going to sue the county, and he's going to pack everything up and leave, and go to Texas or Nevada, and we'll see.
That sounds terrible.
Interesting.
Is that Alameda County?
Yeah.
Alameda County.
That's Alameda County. That's right.
So I guess that's what the factory is about there, John. Is this your subtle way of ribbing Grant for his crazy boss? Is that what's going on right now?
No.
It's a real...
Although weirdly, I did watch a movie called American Factory this week, so there's even more connection.
What was that? What's that about? What's American Factory about?
It's all about a GM plant in Ohio that closed down and in 2012, and then a glass company, like the one that makes the glass for cars, for windshields and stuff, from China, is coming over, and they're bringing their business over, and so it's kind of like a reopening of an American factory, rehiring some of the Americans, and you get to see it from the Chinese point of view, so you get to see both of the viewpoints of the workers.
Is it like subtly or not so subtly racist? Because I find that like
no, there's no. I mean, dude,
wasn't there an '80s movie about this that had Michael Keaton?
Yes.
Yeah,
Gung Ho, which was very racist.
Probably racist, right?
Yeah. No, this one is great. This one is fantastic because they're real. They like the Chinese people come in and they're like, first off, they allow the Americans to have a little bit of say, and then eventually the Americans start kind of being American and being like, we don't want to work every day, every hour of the day like you do back in China. We want to have 8-hour days and we want to have weekends. And they're like, that's crazy. How about we get rid of you guys and we're just going to bring Chinese management in? And then it's like, they're all just like, even they have separate meetings with all the Chinese workers, and they're like, yeah, they're really fat and their fingers are really fat and they can't fit in between some of the machines. And they're just straight up about it. They're not fucking around. And so it's pretty wild.
So what channel, not channel, but what streaming service did you see?
That's on, it's actually a Netflix documentary. We kind of got into this, so I'll tie into everything. We started talking about movies that had been made by companies, and this one was financed by Netflix. And I believe it won the Academy Award for Best Documentary this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's American Factory.
Yeah, it's really interesting and especially Grant, you kind of work not in that environment, but kind of around that environment. And it's weird just to see the dichotomy. You're kind of not really on anybody's side because everybody kind of sucks, like the Americans are kind of lazy and the Chinese are maybe, you can't work 24 hours a day, and they just nobody wants to like kind of bend or break on anything. It's really weird. And it looks like it's ultimately going to fail because they just can't have that kind of the mentality just will not cross. Like they go to China and they talk to these people and the people are like, yeah, no, I get to go home to see my kids like, once or twice a year. And most of the time I'm just here working 12-hour days, 7 days a week at this factory, but it's great. I love it, and they're shocked when they come to America and they're like, wait, you don't work on Saturday and Sunday? It's like, they're so blown away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
interesting movie.
I haven't been watching jack shit, like nothing. There's been like nothing that's caught my eye, nothing of interest. I started watching Star versus the Forces of Evil on Disney Plus just because I
loves that.
I mean, I love Gravity Falls, and it came out around the same time, and then it went a little bit further in the timeline. I guess it came out like while Gravity Falls was coming out, and then lasted a little bit longer than Gravity Falls. It's pretty good. I mean, we're only like 3 episodes in, and Star herself started out kind of obnoxious and annoying, and now it's endearing. But at first, I was like, "Oh my god, she's grating on my old man brain," But it's good. It's fun.
Gravity
that's
Falls
pretty
is
much
by
it.
a guy from around us or around where we grew up, right? Where
Alex
he's from?
Hirsch.
He's from Piedmont, I believe, right?
Is he really? I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
googled it because I wanted to see what he was all about. Because
You wanted to see where he lived? You were like,
Gravity
oh, I'm
Falls
gonna
is
go
a
find him.
fucking genius show, and so I wanted to see all about this guy, and he grew up in Piedmont.
I'm
So-
surprised that he hasn't done more. Like his shit was so good. That's such a good show.
That show is so good.
Yeah.
I actually want to do a rewatch.
I checked out Silver Surfer.
Oh, it's fucking insane, right?
I love the Kirby art and everything. The only I'm having an issue with, because I don't know if it changes later, but in the beginning, the quality, it's not like it was. I think late '90s, and so
Yeah, it's like 97 or something like that.
yeah. So like the quality is garbage, and
Yeah. It doesn't change.
it doesn't. Okay,
It just adds to the fucking weirdness of it, though. Like that's the thing it's a fucking weird show. It like feels like, because it's Kirby art, it feels hella old, and then it's got computer animation in it, and then it's like the whole time Silver Surfer doesn't talk to anyone. It's all like him talking to himself in his brain. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. You should continue on with it for sure.
I will.
Yeah. When we're like right before bed, if we're feeling pretty, stony, pretty high.
Okay.
Where
this is going.
Where this is going. Well, like I, you guys know, I've always had trouble sleeping. So like, as soon as we started trying edibles, and now I'll like pop one in before bed, like an hour before bed. And so like, John,
So
I'm not
adorable.
like,
You're so
I'm not
adorable.
like you. I can't function.
You're so adorable.
How do you function
love-
on fucking?
You love sports and now you love weed. I don't get. Who are you? I don't know you anymore.
I don't know. Very soon you're gonna start Googling my address, you weirdo. You're gonna like just pop in and be like, "Let's hang out, Alex Hirsch." But yeah, that Silver Surfer fucking
I didn't even
cartoon's
know his
nuts.
name, so I'm glad you did. Thank you.
So what have you been up to, Brian? What are you doing?
Same stuff that I do every week. I did watch a terrible show to coincide with that god awful movie that I didn't finish. Spoilers. The only reason why I watched it is because it's on Netflix, but it's a Brazilian show.
Okay.
And the area it's like supposed to be in, and I think they actually did shoot some of it there. I've like visited many times because it's near where my wife is from in São Paulo. It's a place.
And
called
were you like, this
Liberdade.
isn't real? This isn't authentic. Fuck this show. Or what was so?
No.
terrible about this show?
The other reason why I wanted to watch it is because I think someone who worked on Buffy worked on it.
Okay.
I don't know who it was, but they said like someone
Well, let me
who
fucking
wrote
find out.
Buffy. The show's called something like Spectros or something like that. It's like
Okay.
Spectres,
Okay.
like a ghost story thing, and then basically a bunch of kids. And you can tell like someone like Buffy because it's like a bunch of kids getting together and like doing a thing, and then like eventually defeat the evil and blah, blah, blah. It was pretty bad, but I had to watch it.
Douglas Petrie.
I think that's who it was.
Doug Petrie.
And
yeah.
I was just curious to see the layout. They like really try to stretch this city to look like it's huge, but the city's pretty small. So you see like the same kind of not famous, but like kind of a known landmark bridge. They're always going over it, like all the time. And I'm like, why are you guys going over this bridge again? Jeez, because I think it's like kind of like a known thing, so you can be like, oh yeah, that's the place. And so yeah, so I had to watch it just to pique my curiosity.
It's not in English, so it's subtitled?
No, it's subtitled. Yeah,
Okay.
Don't be lazy. It's subtitled.
I'm not being lazy. I'm just curious because it has like American people producing and writing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what's
just
so
like,
weird about it
weird.
is that's what was kind of like really funky about the show is that it had some Buffy angel people.
Hey man, has it got any white people in it?
There's plenty.
I
of
don't
white
want to
people.
watch it if it got no white people.
John's
in it.
accent matches his
There's
sleeves.
something for everyone. There's an Asian girl for Ron.
Oh,
There's a black girl for John. I don't know.
if she's thick, then it's for Grant.
There's a white guy for Dave.
Oh man, thanks. I mean, let's be
And
real.
there's a little
though.
kid for Dave. No.
Let's be real. I mean, any guy'll do, but a white guy's best, right? I mean, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at this. I don't. There are like you can't see it, but there are no photos of anyone that's on this show. Like they're just relative or all unknown.
Oh, I'm sure they're like all unknown.
Yeah,
all unknown. I'm sure they just
How
picked them
funny.
off the street and they were like, "Yeah, you look good. You want to be on a
Anybody
Netflix
watch?
show?"
Anybody watch that show on Disney? Prop culture, prop Disney.
I haven't
Propo-
yet. I haven't yet, but I
Property
saw
Proof.
it. I saw it pop up, and I was like, maybe.
Property Poo.
It looks good. I haven't seen it.
It's guys, I'm going to tell you something. Reality TV has been ruined for me. I was in one and now I can't watch them anymore. It affects me like deeply. I try to watch these
that's
picks.
bullshit.
I do. I watch
Temptation
I
Island.
watched-
When you were on Temptation Island, right?
Love is Blind. I can't believe it. No, I honestly, I watch these shows now and I'm like, nah. I'm like, I just, it doesn't seem other than I get to see something kind of cool for a split second. Everything else attached to it, I'm just like, God, this is so wrong and fake. But it's pretty good. I watched the Tron one. They had Bruce Boxleitner come out and they opened up his original suit, his like Lycra suit, and it was like with like this crazy helmet. It was dope. It was pretty cool.
Huh.
They had the Flynn neon from the beginning. And it was fun. So you guys might want to check that out. You fucking nerds! Nerds might want to check that out.
If you're on Disney Plus, I don't think this is necessarily for kids, even though I think it'll make kids want to go to Disneyland. The Imagineering documentary series on
I gotta
Disney
watch
Plus,
that one.
fucking
right.
awesome. It's hell of good, like the best.
Is it good? Is it good, Dave?
Fucking best. It is awesome. Yeah, it'll make you want to go to all the other fucking Disneylands, though. That's the problem. Like, you're gonna want to go to Hong Kong
They're all
and
different.
France. They're all different, yeah. But they go through all like the whole history of Disneyland, and like they don't shy away from the failures. They go through everything. It's
did they
awesome.
talk about Disneyland Haiti?
No, John.
That was a fucking
Was
horrible, real bad failure on their part on that one.
So anyone watching anything that they really love, John, you mentioned reality shows, and I wasn't going to mention this, but since you did, I've been watching.
I'm sorry.
I know. I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé with Megan, and it is a fucking insane. It's insane. Every time I watch it though, I think, what would Brian do? You know, I just think like Brian said, "Fuck you."
We're gonna be like so unfilmable. Nothing happened. Like nothing crazy happened. The
Nothing
people they
did-
get are like borderline sociopaths. It's
Yeah.
just ridiculous. Like they purposefully like look out for people.
Oh yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's like, hey, there's this like really like not socially adjusted fucking 45-year-old that's like dating a 19 or 20-year-old, and you're like, ooh, this is not
Well,
good.
Hey, they came to me with that idea. I didn't know she was 19.
This is that other reality
came
show
to me.
John was on.
What? I'm sorry, guys. I fell for the trick. I'm on a reality show again. I'm sorry.
This is John's got multiple backgrounds for different jobs that he has, so he can catfish people. Oh yeah. No, I'm just hanging out again on the weekend in my, this is my factory. I got you. I want to see where John's working next week. It's going to be so great.
Yeah.
Oh man! So we forced ourselves this week because we do watch very different things, and we decided we wanted to watch something together but apart this week, and we did ish. John, was this your idea? Was this Grant's idea? Whose fucking idea was this?
It was John's.
It was
Whose
John's.
idea was it to watch something though?
Brian's? Ron's.
No, it's
Ron.
not mine.
Ron.
But this wasn't my idea. Was we were all gonna throw a movie into a hat, but it didn't get translated right. Like each one of us was gonna pick a movie.
We couldn't
And
agree
then-
on where that hat was. We didn't know where to look at.
Yeah.
What's
And
the
then-
location of the hat?
But then we were gonna decide which movie. But then I think John brought up. Should I just say it and get into it?
Sure.
Sure.
He brought up 6 Underground, and then I was like, "Oh, I wanted to see that." In the car wash now, nice.
If John like changes the background and he's got a steering wheel prop in front of him and he drives away at the end of this episode, I would not be fucking surprised. Okay. So yeah, we were thinking about Okja first.
Yeah.
And then we were like, I think we'd all like it too much. Let's watch something that we might hate. I
explained that to my wife last night. I was like, well, we got to watch this movie. And I'm all, but it's really bad. I'm like, I'm sorry that you're going to have to watch this. And I'm all, we were going to watch a Bong Joon-ho movie. And she looked at me, so she's like, why are we watching the Bong Joon-ho? I'm like, no, that would be too good. I'm like, who wants to talk about a good movie? It's not fun. You go, oh, it was good. It was good. How was that? Oh, no, it was really good. Did you like it? Yeah, I liked it. Cool. That's the end.
But we can talk about the things that we liked and didn't like.
So round robin here. John, did you finish this movie?
Did we even announce what movie it was that we're?
Ron said Six Underground. That fucking Ryan Reynolds joint.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Let's say this. It's a Netflix original movie written. I don't know if it was written by, but directed by Michael Bay. It stars Ryan Reynolds. It's insane. And did you finish it? Did you watch it all the way through?
This is my time and a half watching. I watched it once before, and then that's why I knew you guys would love it. I knew you guys would be so into it.
Damn it.
No?
Did you have to watch it halfway through again just to refresh your memory on it, or why did you sit through it again?
Oh my god, I honestly didn't remember any of this movie when I watched it for the second time. I kind of, there was some fun stuff. But like, man, I was like, what? In fact, I still haven't finished the last 20 minutes, so you guys might have to remind me of what that. I know there's a boat and magnets.
Yes.
And people flying all over the place. So that's about as much as I remember.
Okay, so John's 1.5. I watched it all the way through, but I stopped halfway through. And then, like, when I checked my watch and there was an hour left, I was like, oh fuck this.
It's like a 4-hour movie.
It really – so I shut it off, and then I forced myself to watch it so that I could talk about it with you guys. Grant, did you watch it all the way through?
I did. My lady did not make it through about halfway. Okay, but I pushed through and finished it. Okay, so the chasing.
It just sounds like your sex life. She fell asleep halfway through, but I just pushed through.
All right. Anyway, before Grant goes, the writer of this movie, he wrote Deadpool 2, Zombieland.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
There you go. So, I mean, it's kind of that big.
I like Retaliation. I thought the second G.I. Joe was...
If I know anything about Grant Miller, he loves Retaliation. So, Brian, you didn't finish it? No,
I didn't finish it. No, I want to say I got through... I don't even know how much I got through. I got over halfway through it. It was painful.
What was the last? What's the last thing you remember happening?
They extracted the dude.
Oh, okay. And you got pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's good.
That's good.
You only had about an hour and 45 minutes left.
left, right?
That's good.
Zorby, you finished it, right? You're the only super trooper. Well, John is a trooper too, but
everybody went to sleep, and I was like, okay, I'll just power through this movie. But I did the same thing as Dave. It's like I got to a certain part, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this thing is just going on forever. Check the time. There's another hour left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did mine at an hour 26 left. I was like, man, how much longer is it? Hour 26. I'm like, that's the beginning of a whole nother movie right there.
Yep. So here's the fucking thing. I don't hate Michael Bay. I mean, he I feel like he knows how to set up a shot. He knows what an iconic image looks like on the screen. It's just putting it all fucking together. It's a fucking nightmare. Like everything, like whoever edits his shit has to fucking hate his guts. It's crazy. Because it's just cut.
Here's the things that I liked about it. I liked the secondary deaths. Almost everybody that died had like they would crash in the car, but then the dude would go flying through a windshield, and then like land in a flaming barrel, or someone would get shot.
It
It's
felt
they
like there
couldn't
was
just
a
die
lot of.
once.
It felt like there was a lot of like CGI dummies flying all over this movie.
Everywhere.
There was so many bodies like being ran over by cars, and
Yeah.
like,
Those are the things I liked.
But so I think that what I'm hearing though, Grant, is like what you really want is when you get to heaven and someone goes, "Hey, buddy, how'd you die?" You're like, "Well, I don't really know what killed me, but this happened, that happened, and the other thing happened. That's how I died." Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But I agree with John. Like there is like so much computer animated bodies just fucking flying around everywhere in this movie, and none of it really looks real. So why the fuck did they do it so much? It's crazy. It's fucking nuts.
Did anyone have a seizure?
No. Was that a thing? Were people saying?
Dude, the beginning of that movie was intense.
Not a movie.
It was intense. It was so many cuts that I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I felt like I was on a boat. You know?
In my notes here, John, my notes, like my opening scene is, oh, this is a really cool opening to a Hal Jordan movie. Like I'm like, oh yeah, it's like he's Green Lantern in the beginning of this fucking movie, and then he fakes his death.
I'm sorry, Dave. He's Ryan Reynolds in this movie. All right, as he is in every fucking movie.
Fair enough. Yeah. I have. So here are my notes.
Hang on, Dave. I'm sorry, buddy. You're gonna need to wash that bumper way better. Okay. Sorry, guys. These guys are slacking back here, okay?
Do you see how he's trying so hard? I mean, you already have us, John. We already love you. You don't need to put on a front, man. Come on. Come on. You don't need to catfish us, dude. It's fine.
I just need to go to a different job. Fine.
So here are just some of my notes. Opening scene is this Hal Jordan. So many cuts. Things are exploding for no reason. Michael Bay is parodying himself at this point. So many bodies flying, bad music. R.I.P. Dave Franco. You'll never be a star. I'll end there. And Dave Franco clearly was the guy that should have been the guy in this movie, right? He should have just you didn't need Ryan Reynolds to just be Ryan Reynolds, and then you killed Dave Franco, and then everyone else is a no name.
They're talking about making a prequel with his character.
Are they really?
No, they're not.
Look at you.
Oh, there we go. I mean, it did feel they were like,
really.
Six, I think was his name, right? Yeah, they're like, they want to do a prequel
driver?
with Dave Franco. Yeah.
I mean, they did tee it up for another one. It just felt like The Losers without any soul at all. Like it just was, it wasn't a good movie. It was too slick and yet fucking choppy and shitty, and I don't know.
We got to discuss my man, the parkour guy. Okay,
I love me some hardcore parkour.
Billy.
What in the hell did that guy was he doing in this movie? Like he was all over the place It's funny is like in the first scene they're like, "Where are you?" He's like on the top of a building. And then somehow they're driving. He's like, "I see you guys." And then next thing you know, he's like running. And then he's like ahead of them somehow. How did he get ahead of them? Like he's like, "I'm right, come down this alley." Were they just doing straight loops around his town?
I'll tell you though, I love me some parkour. So like Grant, I love and it was filmed well for what it was. But
it was good stunts. Great
the whole
stunts.
time I literally just was like, did Michael Bay make this movie just so that he could make like a movie from the early 2000s? Is that what that was about? Like he threw everything from the early 2000s into this fucking movie. It was crazy.
I hated some of the product placements. They were so
Red Bull.
I have that here too. It says product placement, aviation gin, which he owns. So Ryan Reynolds got his own product in this fucking movie.
Nice.
Yeah, really fucking weird. Oh, by the way, when they break into the fucking, I don't even know, when they go in to break into either fucking kidnap that guy or whatever, they use laughing gas. Who the fuck would use laughing gas?
Yeah,
like they're like actually laughing like it's some Bugs Bunny cartoon.
So fucking stupid. I was like,
silly.
The only person that can use laughing gas is the Joker. Everyone else can fuck off. It's fucking stupid. I mean, insane.
I thought another couple funny things I noticed is every time they would like put up words on the screen and it would be related to time, like it would say like present. And I'm like, I have no idea what time it is. Like you guys, they're like one day before the Day of the Dead. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. You didn't need to tell me.
Why did we even need to know that?
Yeah.
Was there any Day of the Dead shit in there at all, or no? No.
I
No.
believe
No.
no.
I don't know.
No.
Did they get to
Why?
that? I didn't get to that
No.
end, so I don't know.
Because they were in like Kyrgyzstan or something like that, so they weren't like in Mexico or anything like. Why did they
That's
even
true.
reference Day of the Dead? Actually,
I
they
don't
were
know.
not dealing with Mexican people at all.
No.
Oh,
It was-
now you need the Ryan
because-
Reynolds cut.
Is it because they faked their death and they were ghosts, they were dead, and so it had to tie into that in some fucking way? But
Fantastic.
even then, it doesn't. I mean, hey,
That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make
Yeah.
any fucking sense.
The Day of the Dead was the day they died.
The Day of the
Got
Dead
it.
was the day they died.
How about anybody ever tried to perform surgery in the back of a moving car? No, yeah, Grant has. Good. You tried to pull a bullet out in a moving car? Yeah.
So bad. Oh, you know what? Like at the end of the movie, there's that weird magnet thing. Which, by the way, the music. Let me just talk a little bit about the music that was in this movie. It's all fucking terrible. All of it. Like
the first car chase had like 5 songs in there. Like literally, they started 5 different songs to go through.
There was a techno, what was it? Carmina Burana. I wrote down techno Carmina.
Oh, right. Yes.
What the fuck is that? It was
That was
just
good.
fucking nuts. And then like they have all of these pop culture references. He makes a fucking giant magnet that starts like throwing people around in this boat, and never once do they make a fucking insane clown posse how do magnets work fucking reference. And I'm like, that's the only reference that should have been fucking made in this movie. And they like
in the science fair when he was a child, it said Magneto next to his in his science project though. So there is a Magneto reference.
I missed it. Was it a quick cut? Because it must have been a quick cut. Yeah.
Oh, was it a quick cut?
Yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry. Fuck, man. Oh, it was nuts. So I have a question for you guys. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What comic book movie would you think Michael Bay could direct well, or what would you want to see Michael Bay direct? Spoilers, I know which comic movie he's directing. So go around,
He's
guys.
directing
Tell
one?
me. He is. And I'm not telling you which one until we go around what would you want Michael Bay to do? And I'll tell you mine, and I know that our viewers are going to love it. I say 90s Wildcats. Like, Michael Bay doing Wildcats would be fucking awesome. But that's it. That's the only thing he can do.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much
he's too slick.
Any
He's too
image.
slick for that.
Any image.
Any image. So we're all in agreement. It's in that fucking oeuvre. Brian, what do you got? He already did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that are right behind you.
That's gross. Don't even talk about that.
Did you watch it? Did you watch that?
Some of it, until I didn't watch it. I don't know. What would Michael Bay? You know, in the past, I would have said Captain America, just because he loves that kind of, you know,
Like
He sure
Americana.
does.
American
Yeah.
stuff. Like, I could imagine him doing that. Now, I'm not saying it'd be good. I'm just saying that that's the type of movie that I imagine him doing. You know.
Okay. Ron, you got something over there?
You should do a Transformers. Oh, wait, yeah,
wait.
I
No,
don't
he
have-
shouldn't. Oh, wait. Did you guys see Bumblebee? The only real
Yeah.
good Transformers movie?
Fucking love.
I did. My brother said it was good.
It's great.
It was really good. Yeah, I
It's
liked
the
it.
only non-Michael Bay Transformers movie, I think, right? He did all of the
Yes.
like 1 through 5 or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, that movie's great. And it's still like sort of Michael Bay-ish in a way, but it's not as way over the top. And, you know, like the one thing that I noticed about like the way he's directing movies now, there's never a focal point anymore. Everything's just like bing, bang, bong, bong. And he never like lingers on one thing. At least they did that in Bumblebee where you're like, oh, I could follow shit around. And when that thing transforms, it's not like a clusterfuck of whatever, right?
Did he do Bad Boys 3?
Yes.
So he did do that.
Yeah.
It's like
Did
the
anyone
biggest hit
see
he's
Bad
had
Boys 3?
in a
No.
long time. No.
But it made a lot of money, right?
It made a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So Dave, what's the movie that he's doing?
Oh, guys, Michael Bay is directing Lobo for DC.
That makes sense.
I feel like after I IMDb'd Michael Bay while I was watching this movie because I was fucking bored and just trying to figure out what he was going to do next. And I feel like he made the deaths. He made this movie just to like study how over the top he could be, because everything about this movie is way over the fucking top. And I imagine Lobo is going to be like super hyper violent too. It's got to be, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. But I'll read you guys.
Who should play Lobo?
Ooh, that's a great Dave Franco.
Joe Manganiello.
Joe, wait, what? Let me see if they've
Not
cast
a good
anyone.
guess. Joe Manganiello.
Ron Perlman.
Who? What is Joe Mangel? Oh, that's the guy that was in True Blood, right? That's the beefy werewolf dude?
Sure. I don't know. He's married to Sofia Vergara. That's all I know him about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. That'd be cool. I'll bet you money they CG him, though. I'll bet you money he's all CGI because he's got to be fucking like a giant monster, right? Oh, by the way, go ahead, John.
We do. Let's see. Did you guys notice how many people flipped off the camera or flipped up people off in this movie? There were birds being flipped all over this movie, which is like a very jarring thing. Like that's not an action that like you see in movies very much, you know, like
Right.
when's the last time you guys think about seeing somebody flipping the bird to somebody? And there was like in that first car chase, as they would like go around fountains and shit, if you look at some of the slow-mo, like the people in it are like all
Flipping them off.
and
Like they're flipping off the car. Yeah.
well,
So-
and it's funny because like the first time it happened, I was like, okay, this is like, you know, I'm like, all right, that's weird. A bird, you know, bird being flipped off. And then like by the fifth or sixth time, I was like, somebody really like is getting paid per bird. I think like in the visual effects crew is like, guys, how many middle fingers can I put into this movie? And they're like 23, and he's I'll try.
I'm surprised he didn't like make a joke of it and like while someone's flipping the bird, their fingers get shot off or something like that. You know what I mean? But
Maybe.
nothing.
I'm sure it happened and we just missed it.
Missed it.
Yeah.
So this is the plot of the Lobo movie. A teenaged girl partners with a 7-foot-tall, blue-skinned, indestructible creature to stop a gang of fugitives from wreaking havoc. That's the fucking plot.
Already sounds awful.
It sounds fucking
I'm in.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's
DC has never led me astray, so I'm in.
so the guy that is writing it wrote Wonder
Six
Woman.
Underground.
Yeah.
He is known for Wonder Woman, It Chapter 2, Ice Age, Pan, nothing of note.
Ice Age, I'm in.
Did you guys like Shazam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Was it good?
It's all right.
It's
Right.
watchable. Yeah.
The program. Jeez, what's going on here, bro? I'm
The thing,
worried.
it makes me very worried about Black Adam though, because
Why?
Why?
I don't want Black Adam to have the fucking glowing electronic,
Yes.
lightning bolt and it to be all commercialized and kiddie like Shazam was. It was a good movie. It was a fun movie, but it was very much geared towards the kiddos. And I want a dark, evil Black Adam.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Like, if you're going to have a Captain Marvel movie, it's going to be as light as that movie was. I mean,
And that's fine. I totally get it.
Yeah. I like that movie. I think that, I mean, if you were going to rate the DC movies, what would which is the best? I mean,
Wonder Woman.
yeah. I mean, I like Captain Marvel. I like Shazam. I think that one's probably.
Yeah, I thought Shazam would be in the top.
How was I didn't watch this either. How was Aquaman?
Oh fuck!
I liked Aquaman.
Oh my god!
It
It's so
wasn't the
terrible.
worst movie. I mean, it
was
wasn't awful. It was pretty good. It felt very
Jeff
Black
Johnsy?
Panther.
Oh,
No,
see,
it felt very Black Panther. Like it had a lot of the same like kind of the structure of.
Yeah.
It would be like guy, and then he's like got the brother that does it. It felt very similar to some of that kind of stuff. Where I felt like I'd see, but it was a good movie. And what I liked about it is that like all the underwater stuff had a lot of life and a lot of character to it, and was really colorful and really like fantastical. So if I was just a kid watching that movie and wasn't a cynical 40-ish-year-old man, I would probably be like, this is incredible. Like, this is really fun and awesome. Similar to how I would be with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was good. By no means the best.
Birds of Prey was pretty good too. I feel like all of these movies fall apart in the last act.
Oh, DC cannot handle their last act.
It's like every ending to a DC movie is the ending of Iron Man 1. It's like
Suicide Squad is like
What
the
the fuck?
biggest criminal of that. That movie sucks in the end.
And I think that Birds of Prey falls apart at the end like that too. It's so enjoyable for so much of it, and you could just watch them interact and and Margot Robbie be Harley Quinn all day long, and then it just turns into a whole different fucking thing. It's not great. It's not great. I had high hopes for that movie too, but I would agree then. I think Wonder Woman's probably the most well-rounded, but that didn't fucking stick the landing either. That had a fucking Iron Man ending where you're just like, wow, you didn't spend any money on this fucking ending. It's just a piece of trash.
It's always some giant CGI guy that they have to like fight at the end, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I like bits and pieces of Justice League as well. I mean, I think just the idea of having all those characters together would get me to watch it, right? It fell apart. I mean, why Steppenwolf? So dumb.
Well, the best part of Justice League was when they like fought each other. That was where when Superman woke up and he fought all of them. That was the best part of the movie. When that happened, I was like, I'm all in. But like, then they had to go fight Steppenwolf, and it's like, okay. I mean, I don't know. None of that was exciting. I
like Batman and Superman.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go down that path with you. Oh my god.
I liked it.
It was just dark for the sake of being dark, and I like Superman being like a bright character, and I feel like they never got it right. Not even in Justice League.
Dave, what's your mom's name?
Oh my god. I was watching.
My mom's name is Martha. Is yours Martha?
It's so stupid.
Now those are the best. The Teen Titan Go movie was awesome.
That was great.
I heard that was great, and it's on HBO right now.
You know what? Ron, can we have a quick discussion?
Okay.
I personally think the Teen Titans Go movie was not as good as the television show itself, and I think you could actually find some of the like episodes that are actually better than the movie was. Like the one was where they get lost on a tropical island, like Gilligan's Island style, is really incredible. And the movie was good, but it wasn't as good as some of the stuff in the show.
Ron's getting fucking angry. I could see it in his fucking eyes. He's like,
I'm not angry at all. No, not at all. I think John is right because they have more episodes that are going on, so they can go crazier and crazier each episode. It does.
Yeah. What's the Ron? Do you know the episode where Cyborg goes into the alternate reality where it's the '80s music?
Light begins to shine, or night begins
to shine.
My kids love that song, so yeah.
Oh my god, that was great. Yeah, it's incredible. I thought that's some of the best stuff. Yeah. I mean, dude, like, what's his name? DeMattei. He wrote for that show.
Oh, Jim DeMatteis?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, the Justice League guy, the guy that wrote the funny Justice League. Right.
Yeah, so there's like that kind of humor in there all over it, man. It's really good.
The one that my kids like is the one where Robin twerks. They force Robin to twerk, and his butt falls off, and it turns into a whole Goonies episode. Like it turns
into a what?
A Goonies episode. It's basically the movie Goonies, in a 10-minute or 20. I forget. They're 10-minute segments, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
It is. It's a really funny show.
Is that streaming anywhere?
Hulu. Hulu has them.
Hulu has it? Okay. That's actually a pretty good segue into what we're going to be talking about next week. So I'm going to tease it out a little bit. Not even next week. I'm sorry, later this week. Jeez. We are going to go over our subscriptions. We're going to figure out what each one of us is, what channels or what streaming networks. What do we call these things, guys? I'm losing it.
Streaming services.
Streaming services. Is that it? Yeah. So we're going to go through our list of streaming services, and we're going to rank them, and then figure out which ones we can cut. If there's any fat in what we have in our lives, we're going to trim it out. We're gonna really turn our lives around next time. I think it's gonna be really good. Yeah, John, you got a background for me? You got another background, John? John.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Grant wants me to change my shirt so it looks like I'm not recording at the same time. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that.
Now we can't do
it. Stupid.
Oh man! All right, so let's wrap it up and let's get on to the next episode. Which this episode will be posting early in the week, and then later in the week we'll have that next episode. And please, if you guys like us, Please like us down below, subscribe, tell your friends, and
Yes, like us down below, Dave.
like us down below.
I get all the metrics, and we get like 1 to 2 subscribers a week.
It's not so bad, especially since we're not where. I mean, who the fuck are we? We got
By the time we die, we'll have 50 subscribers.
Yep.
Right on.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll be yelling at you people later in the week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.